Hi. So you probably wonder what's going on, and I have bought some shipping materials for my ceramics because I'm going to do a shop update in a few days, and I wanted to try out to ship a bit more eco-friendly and use biodegradable package materials. For those who don't know, I'm Carlo van Andel and I make ceramics which I sell and which I ship worldwide. I'm based in the Netherlands, if in case you didn't hear it from my beautiful Dutch accent. Most of my pieces I actually sell to the United States, so they have to go all the way to the other side of the world. And because of that, they have to be packed quite carefully. And in the past, I've always been using plastic because I think plastic is a bit stronger. But I really wanted to try to ship everything with paper, and I do think it's possible, so I bought all of these materials. I'm just going to see how I can wrap everything in a way that it is as safe as possible. Okay, I wanted to start off with this box, okay, because I'm most excited about this one. I think it will be a great packing material. I think you've already seen it because it's quite popular on the internet. Voila. I think it has to go this way. It is like in a paper holder, which is lovely. Here we go. Look at that. It looks gorgeous. Okay, so I think I just have to find the beginning. Well, look at that. Can you see it? Yes, it is like, what is that called? My English vocabulary is not made for wrapping materials. Honeycomb paper. Honeycomb?
Honeycomb paper.
Honeycomb?
Honeycomb paper.
Honeycomb paper. Like it comes out flat, and then when you like pull it out, it becomes like it gets texture or something. But so far it feels quite flat, but I hope it will become a bit less flat or something. I'm not sure how to do this. It does look like a good system, which would like work quite quickly, because you just grab a mug or a cup or a bowl, whatever you're shipping, and then you just place it here and you just roll it up, and then when you have enough, you can just easily cut it off. And like when I'm packing multiple orders on a day often, then I just want everything to go as quick as possible, because packing is not necessarily very fun to do or something. But it of course does have to be safe and done well. Yeah, let me put it out and see what it looks like. Okay. So it is like opening, so that's nice because like it does that itself when you put it out, so that is great. Okay, I just need to pull harder. That's going quite well. Love that. Normally when I packed with plastic, I always took a small like stroke of bubbles and I would roll it up and put it in the handle so that the handle is protected a little bit more. Okay, it cuts quite easily. Well, it's just paper, so I didn't expect it to cut badly, but it's nice. I'm not sure if the white has to go in the middle. Fold it. I'm really just trying out what I think will work, and yeah, we'll just see what happens. Okay, when I do this, the paper kind of closes, so that's not what we want. So I'm just going to pull that out a bit more. Like I'm afraid that it rips when I pull it out, but maybe I should have just done this before closing it. Okay, that looks stronger. And now maybe just fold it like that, and then push it in. Maybe it's too thick now. Like the same piece of paper that I just had, but now it's thicker, so that is good. And then I press it in here. Okay, that looks stronger. So now I hope it will protect the handle. Because like with a mug, the handle is the most fragile part. So I always start with the handle, because the handle needs to have the thickest layer from everything. And then I'm just rolling it in, I guess. I'm not sure how thick I should wrap it, but I'm just going to cut it now and then we'll see what it looks like when I like close it and wrap it a bit tighter. It looks quite stable. Like of course it needs more wrapping than this to be shipped, especially to the other side of the world. but it does feel quite strong. Like I can bang it on the table without like feeling like it's going to break, so that's great. Maybe I should wrap it another layer, but I'm not sure. Because I've also had some other paper, so I might as well try it out like as a second layer. Okay, so I have two pieces of rope, different types of rope. One is jute, I'm not sure if that's English, and one is sisal. Both of them are like made out of like plants, so they are like biodegradable. Let me find the beginning. Hello? I cannot find the beginning, so if you cannot find the beginning, just make a beginning, I guess. Oh, well, there the beginning is. So I was thinking I can just wrap this around it, and then it's like looks like little gifts, and then I don't have to use any tape to close the paper itself. So I will just go like that, and then the other way around. Look at that. Like the paper looks quite neat, and I like the look of it. So with the string, looks like a little gift, and that's what I want it to look like. Next up, I have this box. This is like bubble wrap from paper. This one is also made in a box that holds it in a way that you can just pull it out, but then I do have to do that in the right way. Remove the flap at the perforation. Okay, it's going quite well. I'm always afraid that I open these in the wrong way and then you ruin the box and it doesn't work anymore. It's a little bit sharp here with like little zigzag thingies, and then it's the idea that you can actually cut the paper there, so you don't have to use scissors, but you can just rip it off and then you have it as a straight line. Now I do need to find the beginning of the paper and pull that through. Well, it's not on this side. Okay, here you go. Now this goes through here. Oh, that is great. And then we close this again, I think. Does this look good or does this look great? Okay, let me give a little review. It feels quite strong. It is quite flat, but it's also quite strong. Like I thought that you would easily press them in, but that's not the case. And oh, I now feel that when I like press them in and like flatten them, they actually pop back up. So that is great, I guess. So yeah, I could also, what I was thinking about, use this, because I think this is a little bit harder than the previous one. Like this is like thicker paper and this was very thin paper. So I could also wrap this one in here as just an extra protection layer. So let's see if this thing actually rips. One hand on top of the box and one hand on the side here. Ooh, okay, that did not go well. Okay, that's unfortunate. I was afraid that was going to happen, but okay. So it's not perfect, but probably something I just have to learn. So I'm just going to wrap this one in here, and then I just fold this in, I guess. It is quite strong. When I'm like folding it, I have to put quite some pressure on it, which is a good thing. Oh, this is great. It feels really strong. Like when I put pressure on it, it just doesn't. Great. So this is paper tape, which is quite interesting as well, but it's really sticky, so that's great. So I think we'll just take a little piece and put that on here. It feels really strong and it looks quite nice. I like the natural look of it. I also want to try this paper right onto the mug to see if I actually need the honey paper. What was it? Okay, I'm going to straighten this a bit because my OCD cannot handle this. Okay. Yeah, this is a lot harder than the previous paper, so it feels quite a bit stronger. Like when something is hitting the box, it's hitting this instead of the handle. Of course, from this side it will hit the handle, but I feel like the handle will also always break to the side. And with this, it will not hit the handle from the side, if that makes sense. So then we will just roll this in here. It is a little bit slippery. I love how it comes out of the box. That works great. They did a good job on that. I will also put all of the names of everything that I'm using in the description. But because I bought everything within the Netherlands, they might not have it where you live. But then you can just Google the name and maybe they have a variation on it or something. I don't know. I'm not a big fan of this. I don't know why, but it's not feeling all too great. Let me, oh no wait, we can do this with this thing. Oh. I think I'm a bigger fan of just cutting it instead of using this, but oh, yeah. Okay, no, never mind. Yeah, I'll do it myself. I might just be ripping it the wrong way or something, but it's not going great. When I put it around the mug, I feel like the mug is like a little bit loose within it. Like it's still moving, which is not great. I'm just trying to fold this around as tight as possible. I want the first layer to be like right onto the mug. Look, if I like press it, it goes tighter around it. So maybe I should have done that from the beginning, but I don't really feel like I can wrap tight enough with this paper because it's just a bit too thick. But I do like how it feels around the previous paper. So I think I would prefer first putting the thinner honey thingy paper and then put this paper on top of it. This is the next box that I'm going to take a look at. Look, this is also like a form of bubble wrap. This box has like 300 pieces in it, so that's quite a lot. And when I press on it, because I think that says a lot, when you like press on it, it does flatten quite a bit. You can separate it from each other, which of course you don't have to do that. But I do see that on the place where they're attached to each other, there are no bubbles there for like a centimeter or two, like an inch. Like I've said, I want something to be underneath the handle. Okay, that's way too thick, but it does feel really strong, so that's nice. Hello? Okay, so that feels nice. This feels like quite secure. And I'll now just wrap it in here to see how that looks. I don't think one layer is enough, but I'll just start with one layer. I think it needs an extra layer, that's for sure. Okay. My thoughts on this is it is quite strong. I do like the feeling of it. Ooh, yeah, that's what I was afraid of. Did you hear that? That was the mug itself that is like coming through. I feel like this one is a lot stronger than this one. It has the same size because it also needs to fit into the box, so I don't want it to be too thick. I have more trust in this one, like the combination of these two, than this one by itself. But maybe I could like put this on top of this, but then I would have 3 layers of different kind of paper. I don't know if that's a little bit too much. I'm not sure if that like adds something to it. I mean, it makes it thicker, which eventually it has to be quite thick to go into the box. Yeah, I do like that. Like as an extra coat, it does work. So to like fill the box a little bit more, I do think I would use this. But like I won't use it directly on the piece, I think. Okay, here I have the boxes within a box. Oh, I missed that piece of tape, okay. Voila. Okay, there we go. I made a few decisions with the boxes. First of all, they are double walled, or whatever that's called. It has like 2 layers of thick paper. What is thick paper called? Cardboard, of course. So it's quite thick, which makes the box a lot stronger and then eventually protects the piece better, I hope. Okay, so these are the boxes that I got. I hope this is going well. So far so good. And I hope this is strong enough, because I feel like the plastic is a little bit stronger, but it does stick quite nicely. Ooh, okay. And then we'll have to take a look at how we're going to fit this into here. if the handle is like sticking to the side, I want to put it in diagonally. As you can see, that fits perfectly. And I think that I will now fill it up with the chips that I have. So we have this big boy here. These are the things that I'm using. So they're not plastic, but they are like, if you put them in water, I think they will like disappear. I think you can even eat them. I don't know if this is a thing in the Netherlands or worldwide or whatever countries. As a kid, I had like these things because if you wet it, it like kind of like melts a little bit, and then you can like stick them together. So I used to do that as a child, and I had like the different colors, and you can like build things with it. Let me see if it works. I have a little cup of water here, and I will just wet one side, and then if I'm correctly, you can just stick them together, and it like needs to dry, and then it becomes one piece. That's quite fun. Like, it doesn't help the packing or anything, but that's quite fun. That is quite fun. You have to admit that is quite fun. I think you can eat them because they're like made of like mice. I don't know if mice is probably corn. Is it corn? I think it's like made out of corn or something. If you like put it in water, I will do that here. It just falls apart. Like, I love how this works because there are like so many like tiny pieces. It works quite easy to get the right amount that you need and just shape it to the piece that you're putting in. And now I will just fill it and put it in as tight as I can. Look, I will show you what it looks like. Look, it's now like this. Okay, I really want to eat one, but I'm not going to, okay? I've now, trying not to throw it out, but I've now just filled it all the way to the top and just pressed it into the sides. So I'm now going to close it, and then we're going to do a little test to see if it's safe to be shipped to basically anywhere. When you shake it and you don't hear anything move, then you know that it is secure within the box. Because like if it moves, then it can also like break. So now we're going to do a little throwing test, and we'll see what happens. Okay, like this, I choose it like this, okay? Like, I think this is what it needs to be able to survive when being shipped within the Netherlands. But as I said, I ship worldwide. So we're going to have to throw a little bit harder, I think. So let's go. I hope you can hear me because it's a little bit windy out. But I just threw the box a few times in the air, and one thing that I immediately noticed is that the tape had ripped. But yeah, I'm just going to throw it a few more times and then we'll see what happens. But so far the box feels really secure. Here I am again with the box. It's still quite intact, so I have good hopes for this. Yeah, okay, a little review. I threw it quite high, so I hope that post officers don't throw it that high and are a little bit more careful with it. But I was thinking, like, if it survives this, it should survive a little trip to the United States or any other place. One thing that I'm not so happy about is that the paper tape ripped here at the part, which is quite essential. Like, that shouldn't happen. Like with plastic tape, that would not happen. So I'm afraid that I'm going to have to use plastic tape when I'm shipping, because like if this rips further, the whole box can open, which is something that you don't want to happen, of course. So now it's time to open the box. Okay, so far so good. Everything still looks basically the same as I put it in. So I can see that the pieces at the top, like the green chips piece at the top, are flattened a little bit. But I think this already happened when I closed the box, and I actually wanted that to happen because that way I can like press it in quite tight. So that looks all quite good so far. What I do see is this one. I feel like it's just like another layer of paper, but not... I don't feel like it protects that much, so I don't think I'm a big fan of that, and I don't think I will use that a lot. Because yeah, I just feel like that is just not doing much. But maybe I'm wrong, I'm not sure. The bubbles have kind of like flattened. I mean, it does do something, but I don't think I would only use this instead of the other piece of paper. So yeah, that's that. Then onto this piece. This feels really good. This actually, it looks the same. It has to be in one piece. It can't be broken at this point, I think. But this feels really nice. It's quite square for me. Look, as you see at the box. Oh, okay. That's not very handy. Well, as you can see here, it's still quite well intact. Of course, I like threw it in the air and then it fell down. When hitting the ground, it hit the corner, because you can see that this corner is flat and the other corner is still like sharp and pointy. But as you can see, it's just a little bit. And I of course don't want that to happen within the box, and that didn't happen because this one is still like perfectly in shape. So that's great. So let me just unwrap this. And yeah, this just feels really strong. I really trust this thicker paper. I will continue using that. And then it comes down to the mug itself. I still feel the handle. And when I see it, like, this is a lovely package. I think if you like open the box and you have this in it, it looks quite nice. Like, I also want to look nice, not only be protected as well, but I also want to feel like you're opening a gift or something, even though you might have bought it for yourself. So yeah, I'm quite happy with how this works actually. Let me just unwrap this. This looks very professional to me. Yes, here we have the mug. It is still perfectly in one piece. Nothing happened to it. I think I could have thrown it like 10 meters higher in the air and it would still be just fine. So this is the perfect way of shipping it, I think. I hope this might have been helpful for you. If you don't ship ceramics but you still watch all the way through, thank you. I hope it was a little bit entertaining as well. Because I had fun trying it out. So yeah, that was it. I hope you have a nice week. And oh, and I just did a shop update earlier this week. So maybe some pieces are still available, so you can check out my Etsy shop. If it's empty, then I sold out, which I don't know if that has happened already. But if I did, then you can sign up for my email list on the front page of my website, goddessceramics.com. And furthermore, I hope to see you in the next video, and I hope you have a great week. Bye bye!